Good morning, students. This video is for class 6 science, and today also we will continue with physics, chapter number 6, electricity and magnetism. Today the topic of discussion will be care and storage of magnet. Care and storage of magnets. That means how can you take care of magnets so that the magnet does not lose its property of magnetism, and how they should be stored so that they don't lose their magnetic properties. When magnets are kept for a long time, leaving the magnetic poles free or exposed, they slowly lose their magnetic properties. So when magnets are kept open for a very long time, they start losing their magnetic properties. Therefore, magnets have to be preserved to prevent the loss of magnetic properties. And that is why magnets should be kept or preserved or saved in such a way, stored in such a way that they do not lose their property. Usually, bar magnets are stored as pairs with unlike poles close to each other and separated by a small wooden piece between them. So, usually what we do is that bar magnets are kept side by side with opposite poles beside them, and in between there is a wooden bar so that they don't get stick to each other, they don't get attracted to each other. These wooden piece between them, two pieces of soft iron called keepers are kept at the two ends of the bar magnet, and two pieces of soft iron are kept here. Two pieces are kept soft iron are kept here so that they preserve their magnetic property. A horseshoe magnet is preserved by keeping a single keeper at the two poles. And so, how do we preserve? We keep two bar magnets side by side with unlike poles beside each other, and in between we keep a wooden piece. At the two ends, at the two poles, we keep two soft iron so that they are attached to the poles and they don't lose their property of magnetism. In case of a horseshoe magnet, we keep a soft iron, we keep a single soft iron to preserve them. Next is demagnetization. What do you mean by demagnetization? Demagnetization is the process by which magnet loses its property of magnetism, and there are different ways how magnet can lose their properties of magnetism. The process by which a magnet loses its magnetic properties is called demagnetization. A magnet can be demagnetized by heating, hammering, and electrically. Heating, when you actually heat the magnet, when you increase the heat and you keep on heating the magnet will lose its properties, because the molecules inside that, the particles in the magnet will keep on vibrating each other, and that is why they will lose its property. Heating, if a permanent magnet is heated, it loses its magnetic properties gradually, means slowly and slowly then it loses its magnetic property. When heated, the molecules of the magnet acquire more energy and hence vibrate faster. So when you apply heat to the magnet, the molecules in the magnet, they start vibrating. They become big inside, they get lot of energy from the heat and they start vibrating with each other. This disturbs the alignment of the magnetic molecules, and hence a magnet loses its magnetic properties. And because due to this heat, the molecules loses its alignment, loses its arrangement, and hence they loses the property of magnetism. Above a particular temperature called Curie temperature, the magnet loses its magnetic properties completely. When the magnet is cooled down, some of its magnetic properties may appear again. So this Curie temperature is different for different materials. When the temperature crosses Curie temperature, the magnets start losing its property of magnetism. This is heating. The next is hammering. When you continuously hammer with an object on the magnet, it starts losing its property of magnetism. In the same way, when you heat the molecules in the magnet, they start losing its alignment. In the same way, when you hammer, this repeated hammering actually makes the molecule leave its place and vibrate with each other, hence losing the property of magnetism. Repeated hammering of a magnet disturbs the alignment of the magnetic molecules and hence it loses its magnetic properties. Last, electrically. A magnet can be demagnetized by placing it inside the coil which is connected to an alternating current source. So a magnet can also lose its property of magnetism when you put that magnet inside the coil of wire, and through one end electricity is passed. The continuous changing magnetic field created by the alternating current disturbs the molecule of the magnet and hence it loses its magnetic properties. So this continuous change in the magnetic field around the magnet due to the alternate current supply, this makes the molecule disturbs and hence loses the property of magnetism. So I hope all of you have understood demagnetization. It is the process of losing magnetic property, and there are three ways: heating, hammering and electrically. The last point is uses of magnet. Where are magnets used? Magnets are used in electronic devices such as compass and refrigerator. They are also used in loudspeaker, radio and microphones. Electric motors and power generators have strong magnet inside them. They are also used in magnetic storage such as hard disk of a computer and tape recorder. Magnetic stripes are used to store information on credit cards, ATMs, etc. Magnets are used in many medical devices also like MRI and CT scan. So there are lots of uses. Almost each and every electronic devices we use nowadays is devices we use has or contains magnet in them. So by this we have come to the end of the chapter, children. So please, after watching the video, please read the chapter once and then you can try solving the fill in the blanks, short type answers as well as the long, and then when I discuss the answers you can check your answers along with my answers. So children, for today we will keep it till here. In the next class we will begin with the exercise. So for today, up to this much. Thank you, class.